Good health.
Okay, I go direct and indirect, just depends what comes in. But I have two gentlemen here and they want to both come at the same time, so it's kind of hard to get them to separate their energies. So the first gentleman, I'm going to bring the one in that's a little bit on the more quieter side and let the loud one just step aside there and wait in his little frustration here. But so the first one was, he was a muscular man, he was a younger man, and I see that he lifted weights. He's very good with weights. That was his thing was his body. He had a really healthy body, and then it was all of a sudden he did get a disease. He had a disease process, and then he did pass. But he still, now he can't believe that looking so good on the outside that he was so sick on the inside, and he didn't take the signs and listen to the signs, and so he had an illness, but it wasn't, when he recognized it, then it wasn't a long time. Would anybody be able to take this gentleman?
I believe I can.
You can? Okay, yeah. Yeah. He said he's come for you, okay? He's come to talk to you. Would this be a friend of yours?
It's my dad's his best friend, my uncle.
Okay.
But not like biological.
Yeah, no, that's right. I don't see a blood relationship there. Yeah. So it's okay if I come with you? Come to you? Okay, all right. So he was, he's showing me that more than telling me that he was a man who stood back. He wasn't a show-off, but he liked to be fit, right? And he liked other people to be fit, and he would share his, he said he would share how he was and his fitness with other people. Would you understand what he's saying?
Not me personally.
But for your dad?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so I want to go further in. So his reason for coming is that because he looked really healthy on the outside, right, and he wasn't on the inside, he never took time to plan things at all, to plan ahead, because he thought he was infallible. He didn't think that anything would happen to him. He thought he would live to a ripe old age, but that didn't happen. Would you understand this? Yeah, okay. I want to say that he would have died of cancer. It was because I'm not getting quite the disease process that he died of. What's he saying? He's not forthcoming with it. Okay, so he's telling me that it was a quiet thing. It was something that he kept to himself for a long time. Would you understand that?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Okay, so his thing here is that he harbored this, right? He harbored this internally. He didn't share it with anyone until it was almost too late. So what he said he did in essence was he didn't have people share with him his time with him very long before he passed. Would you understand that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, we'll go back and ask him about that. He just said he would have liked to have, on reflection, given more of himself to people, right? Not being out there so much for himself. He did share. He's saying that he did share his exercising. He did share body lifting, building with people, but he didn't really share his true inner feelings. So he said it's too late now. He said it's too late to do that because he's on the other side. He said he's very happy on the other side, but his thing is that for you, he wants to talk to you and tell you that it's good to share how you really feel, and don't let it bottle up inside you, and don't let it, because when it comes out, it might not come out, it might be too late for you. Would you understand that? Okay. I'll go back and ask him again. Okay, in essence he's saying, if you have a problem, don't internalize it, share it with people, because you tend to internalize things. Would you understand that? Yeah, okay, so he said, please get out and share them with somebody. He said, if you talk about problems and issues in your life, it's really easy. He didn't. He didn't talk about it because, again, he thought he was infallible, but he said he wasn't. And he died at that younger age, not at the old age that he is expected to die. So he just said, please, I want you to just share things with people when you need to, okay? May I leave that with you?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the other gentleman that I have in, he's on the outside, I would say, like, he's medium build, medium height, he has short dark hair, very nice hair. He was, if you saw him on the outside, you'd say that he was really a confident person, but on the inside, in his own home, he did step back and have anxieties. Can I come to you? Would you understand this gentleman? Is your father passed?
Yes.
Okay. This gentleman, I want to say, looks like you. Were you similar looking to your father?
Similar.
Okay, all right, okay. So he was well liked. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And I also hear a clatter of glasses around. Would you understand that?
Glasses?
Mm-hmm. Okay, because he's showing me sitting at home, and then there's some glasses on it, like some wine glasses on the table, or alcohol glasses on the table. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that would have been like, he enjoyed entertaining like that. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So so he's saying that he liked to share with people. He liked to give people a good time. He liked to invite people in. He was a giving person. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And he also had a good sense of humor too. And he's telling me that there's nothing that when he thought about it, he said he couldn't do, but he just didn't do it because he didn't feel like doing it. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. All right, he's also telling me that when he's sitting back and somebody wanted to do something, him to do something he didn't want to, he said he had an excuse for everything. And he's saying it in a laughing manner. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay. So I'm just going to go to the message for you since you understand it's your father. He was a very strong person. He was good. He actually stood back and he stepped back. So he was very much the gentleman as well. He wouldn't push his way in when he wasn't invited. So that's actually why he stepped back, because his personality was very strong, stronger than the other gentlemen's. But he also gave people chances. Would you understand what he's saying there? Okay, all right. He says he's taken this opportunity to talk to you because he really hasn't talked to you before. Can you understand what he's saying?
Yes.
Okay, all right. He said he's so proud of you and so happy that you've actually come here tonight, because he said it took you a lot and a lot of thinking and a lot of time to come here, but you slowly, with encouragement from somebody else, you came. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, he said, and he's telling me, now he's opening up a little bit more. He says there's a time and a place for everything. He said, this definitely is your time, and he said, this definitely is my place. So he said, I'll be back, okay? So I want you to come back too. So he said, I'm not going to be here every time you come back. He said he liked to surprise. Would you understand that he liked to surprise people?
Sometimes.
Yeah. So he said, you'll be surprised when you hear from me next. Right. So he was always busy. Do you understand? He was always a busy person. He had lots of ideas in his head, and he was always full of ideas. So now he says to me, I'm really busy. I'm going to leave now. Okay. And he said, I've got lots of other things I have to do, but he said, you were my primary thing to do today in this world, in this life. For you, my time here now is to be spent with you. And he said, I think of you all the time, and I know you think of me. And he said, oh my gosh. He said he wasn't a very emotional person, but when he was quite emotional. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yes, okay, because he... Oh, okay. He's saying, my love for you is undying, and he said, I know I'm not here, but he said, and that's kind of like a funny thing to say, but he said, my love for you goes on and on and on for eternity. It's undying, and it will always be there. And every time you think about me, my love will come through. Every time you cry tears for me, my love will come through. And the tears that you cry for me actually help me on my journey, because he said those tears that you cry are of just total love. And he said, I very much appreciate that from you, and I certainly do appreciate you coming through tonight. He always, did you understand, he always had to have the last word? Because now he wants to have the last word, because now I wanted to go. Oh, he said to me, he just said to me, okay, he said, I don't have to have the last word, but that was the last word. May I leave that with you?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to ask him to leave in Spirit's love and light, because he wants so much to stay here. Okay, thank you very much for coming. All right. So, well, I have this elderly gentleman, and he's a little bit rotund, but he's telling me no, he's not rotund. He was fit in his days, but it's just gone a little bit funny. And so, and I have him with like a plank, a piece of wood, and he's going over here, cutting it, going over there, measuring it, and didn't quite ever measure things properly, going back over there, cutting it. So he's busy. He has, oh boy, it's like he's wearing a path in the grass, back from the house to the garage, But he absolutely loved to do that, to putter. Would anybody be able to take this gentleman?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your dad?
No, it's a close friend.
Close friend of yours. Okay, all right. So I see him wearing a path out, right, in this grassy area. So he's telling me that, he says, is it okay to come to you? Yeah, okay. He said, it's not what you do, right? It's in here whether you want to do it or not. So he said he could have made one trip. He could have measured it, written it down, made one trip, come back and got it right. But he was a little bit scattered sometimes, so he would just go backwards and forwards. That also took up the time in his day as well. Would you understand what he's saying?
I thought he was very organized. I learned from him.
Yeah, but he's saying that he was going backwards and forwards because he liked to do it, right? And he liked to spend time doing that thing, and that was his thing. Okay, all right. So his message would be, it really doesn't matter how long it takes something to do, as long as you enjoy doing it. Okay? And he said, and he sure did enjoy doing that. Oh, and he enjoyed spending the time with you as well. He's got a really good sense of humor, because he said to me, sometimes he would do things with you that were 2 or 3 steps beyond what they should have been, but he just did them because he liked the company. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
good mentor.
Oh, okay. Yes, there you go. He very, very much enjoyed your company, and he kept you around like that so you would stay around with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to thank him for coming, and again his message was, it doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you enjoy doing it. He said that's the primary thing, because he certainly enjoyed your company, and he certainly enjoyed puttering around and doing things. He said, even if it didn't get me anywhere, I still enjoyed it. Okay? So I'm going to ask him to leave in Spirit's light, and I want to thank him very much for coming. Okay, I have this lady here, and she's rather a large lady, a very, very, very kind lady. And as she got older, she did put on more weight. She always wanted to lose it. The more she tried to lose it, the more she put on. So she got to the point in her life where she had pain in her neck because it was hard to move around. Would anybody be able to take this lady? Okay. That's what I'm going to say about her. She did, just before she passed, she wasn't a terribly elderly lady before she passed. I would say she probably maybe would be in her late 60s, 70s. She would have been in a nursing home before she passed. She did have people that did come and see her at times. She's telling me that it's like she gave up. She didn't really have the energy to go on because she didn't feel good in herself. She felt big and useless at times, but she understands now that that was a feeling here, but not the feeling that she has there. Now, where she is in spirit, she's very, very light, and she loves it there. Would anybody be able to take this lady? Okay.
Yeah, I might be able to. Oh, go on.
Would this be your grandmother?
No. Aunt?
Aunt? Okay, all right, okay. I'm just going to go a little bit more into her here. I did see that she did have visitors, but I don't see a lot of people visiting her. Would you understand that?
That's true.
Yeah, okay, all right. She did have a heart of gold, but the longer she stayed in that facility, the harder it was for her to breathe. She had a hard time breathing in the end. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so it's okay to come to you then.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So she's telling me she admits now that she did give up. She was giving up. That's part of the reason that she did pass when she passed. She said that's the easy way out. She took the easy way out. She said the hard way out is to keep fighting. She said I don't want you to give up with what you're fighting for, with the path that you're going on. Would you understand what she's saying?
Yes.
Okay, and she said sometimes there's a crossroads. She said sometimes if you're at the crossroad, I want you to sit back and think and take a deep breath, not blunder ahead. Just think of all the possibilities, because she didn't think of the possibility that her passing may affect her family and her friends, and it did. So it was quite surprising. But now in reflection, she understands that. And she's also coming forward and saying, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for everybody. I wasn't there for the people I should have been there for. I was only there for myself. And it was hard to get out of that. So she's asking for forgiveness for that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna, she is actually a wonderful person. And she would give you anything if you asked for it. She would go out of her way, definitely go out of her way. So I'm going to just thank her for coming and ask her to lead in spirit's light and love. Okay?